Okay, this is the instructions for how to play Market Farmer version 2.1. You should have a folder which has some files that look like this in it. One is the executable and the other is the data folder. The executable won't work unless this data folder is also present in the same folder. So just double click on the executable and you should get a window that looks like this. The only thing you need to think about here really is the screen resolution. This drop-down box will show you all of the available resolutions for your particular machine that you're using, but the game is designed at the moment. This trial version is just designed to work with 8x600. So if you can select that or select the size resolution close to that, that will probably work well for best results. And then click play, and there will be a little splash screen, Unity splash screen, and then the game will start immediately. So here we have a small farm, and you have $500. Now the backstory to this is that there is a farmer with $500 and only one field and a crop, the ability to sow potatoes. Potatoes are not a huge cash crop for the farmer, and your job is to try to increase the number of fields, increase the range of vegetables sown in the field or grown in the fields to try and earn more money for the farmer with more sort of valuable vegetables. However, one thing you must avoid doing is finishing the game with less than $500 in the account, because that would mean that you have taken the farmer from a position at the start of the game to one where the farmer is actually worse off. So there are two goals here really. One is to try and make some money for the farmer, and the other is to try not to allow the level of cash to be below $500 when the game ends. Here you can see you're on level 0, and the meaning of the levels will become apparent as the game unfolds. You have to have $525 here in order to reach the next level. You have half an hour to play the game. At the moment over here in the market we can see that potatoes, there is a market for potatoes. This line indicates the price. So when it is in the black here, you can see that if you grow and sell potatoes in this position here, this number will tell you how much you will make from your investment, sort of net profit on that sale. So potatoes is a very simple market. It simply goes from, there are just three prices really, and if you sell it when the price is high, you'll make $5, and if you sell it when the price is low, you'll lose $5. Pardon me. Down here we have a field. When you click on the field, like this, the available vegetables that can be sown in that field will come up. At the moment it's only potato. It costs $10 to plant potatoes. So we can do that just by tapping on the potato like that. Notice it's cost us $10 here. That means that figure has gone down. The potatoes were sold when this red line was down here. The line was down here, so we lost $5 on that. So you can see here, overall we've made a loss of $5, and the figure has now gone below 500. Now from time to time there are also floods. If your field becomes flooded, you will lose all of the money that you have invested in that field. So if we look at potatoes again, you can see that to sow a field of potatoes costs $10. So if we do that now, if there was to be a flood now, you would lose all that $10, and you would not, this would read as 485 rather than 500. Notice that time the little tinkle tells you that you sold that at a profit, so that was a $5 profit, so there we got $15 back from that, $10 to sow the field plus 5 profit from it. Okay, so floods do have the capacity to knock you out quite a bit, because some of the, as you'll see when you advance through the levels, some of the crops can cost a lot of money to sow, even though they do provide a very high return. If we click on this little figure here, this little percentage, this will bring up the option to purchase insurance for this field. So here we only got potatoes at the moment, and if potato is sown in this field, then it will tell you the amount saved when there is a flood and the maximum profit on every crop sown. So because we've got zero insurance at the moment, we will not save any money when there is a flood, we'll lose it all. And the profit that we can make, maximum profit we can make on every crop we sow is $5. You saw that before in this in the market here, that's the maximum that we can make. However, if we increase the insurance level, so you increase that to 20%, you can now see that when there's a flood, we'll save $2. So we're investing 10 on every potato crop that we sow. If we have 20% insurance, that means we'll save 20% of the cost that we've put into that field. So this means that when there's a flood, we would only lose $8 instead of $10. However, instead of making a $5 profit, we're going to lose 20% of that profit. So we'll only make $4. And that profit that we make is on every crop sown. So every single crop that we sow, we're going to lose, the 20% of any profit that we make on that crop. We can change this here to, a much higher percentage, to 70%, for example. That means in this crop, the maximum profit we're only going to get is $2. However, if there's a flood, we'll only lose $3 because we'll be saving $7 on that flood. So that's how the insurance works. You just press OK, and then it shows you here how much that field is insured for. You can change insurance at any time just by clicking back on that number. So we might bring that down to 0 because I like to live on the edge. So yes, you click on the crop. It's good to try to figure out where the line should be in order to sell the crop at the optimum time. I think for potatoes, it's actually when it hits the bottom point there. So if we wait now for the potatoes to grow and get sold, there we go. We've made a tidy little sum. It takes longer for each of the as you accumulate more and more vegetables, it takes longer for them to grow. So potatoes are quite safe, but as you advance through the levels and you get access to more vegetables, it will take longer to plant those vegetables. So it will be difficult to work out exactly when to plant them. The price rise and fall will not be as predictable. It will go up and down and change quite a bit. So it's more difficult to make money as you get those higher crops in. However, they do have a much higher return than the measly $5 you get on potatoes. So there's an opportunity to make a lot of money from those high crops. Once these fields, when you go through levels, you'll get access to more fields. You can sow crops in these fields whichever way you wish. You can put potatoes in all of them if you want to. You can put the same thing in all crops. You can put different things in each one. You can do whatever you like with that. And each one of these will also have its own insurance level as well that you can adjust. You will be a little tinkle when you make a profit from selling a field. There will be a sort of descending whistle sound when you make a loss or when you break even. When this will turn to red when it falls below 500. And yeah, when there's a flood, you'll know when there's a flood. When there's a flood, you'll know all about that. So I think that's all I really need to say. Remember, the game starts as soon as it starts up. So be prepared to start playing, and let me know how you get on. All right.